Ever wondered how some leaders not only predict the future, but also create it? Let's explore the power of vision and how great leaders shape our world. So whether you are leading a team or you're leading an organization, the quality of your leadership will ultimately be dependent on your ability to see the future. Great leaders have not only predicted the future, they've also done a good job of creating it for a lot of us. The future that many of us are enjoying today is a product of the vision of many great leaders of the past. Some are dead, some are still alive, but we are all beneficiaries today of their vision. And so, if the future generation will benefit thought from this present generation is going to be on the strength of our vision. In this video, I'll be showing you how great leaders of all walks of life have been able to create a lasting vision that has major impact upon our world today. So the first thing we want to start with is defining the vision, which is the blueprint for the future that we are all aspiring for. Now, when we talk about the vision is much than a plan. It's a vivid picture of the future that could be. You see, one thing about great leaders is their special ability to articulate a clear and inspiring vision that is able to capture the imagination and ignite the passion of other people. Think of Martin Luther King. He said, "I have a dream." He was the only one that had that dream, but he was able to articulate the dream to the point that it became the vision for a whole nation. So when we talk about vision, we're not just talking about a set of goals. We are talking about a compelling image of a better future, a future that you are looking for, a future that you desire, and you are so much passionate about it, you are willing to share it with other people. The second thing I would like to talk about when we are dealing with the power of vision is that vision is a motivational force. Powerful vision serves as a motivational force. It's able to pull people of different orientation, people of different backgrounds, is able to bring them together. You see, people on their own without a common goal, a common vision, tend to go in different directions. But when there is a powerful vision, a vision that is clearly articulated, that is well imagined and communicated, people who ordinarily should go different paths are brought together for a common goal to pursue a common object. Think about someone like Elon Musk. What comes to your mind? He came into the scene. He began to show people the possibilities of going into the Mars. So he wants to colonize the Mars. And every time he talks about it, what he's doing is articulating his vision. He's seeing a world where people, humans, could be living in Mars. And he's communicating. So with his vision comes every other thing he began to do. Starting up SpaceX and the rest of the things he commits himself into. It's all a product of a powerful vision. That is what vision does. People would ordinarily remain wherever they are, thinking the same set of thoughts they've always thought. But when a new vision is brought on board, something new is energized, something new is created within them, and they are motivated towards a direction. Now let's look at vision and strategy. I love strategy because this is how we move from dream to reality. Now let's get into vision. Is beautiful, but it is not enough. You need a means to that vision. That vision is an end, and you need a means to that end. Strategy to help turn that vision of yours from a mere dream into reality. You see, one thing that differentiates visionary leaders from every other people that you see is the ability to see where they are and where they want to be, and be able to drop a plan and drop a means, a strategy to bridge the gap between where they are and where they want to be, where the people are and where the people must be. This is what visionary leadership is all about. Now, when you think about a man called Steve Jobs, one thing comes to mind. He had a vision, he had a plan, he had a strategy. When he was starting up, personal computing was not known, was not celebrated, but he had a dream. He didn't just start with that dream. He set up a system. He created a means of bringing that vision, that dream into reality. And what we have as Apple is a product of his vision. You start with the vision, but if you do not have a strategy, it will just remain at the level of imagination. So for Steve Jobs, Apple is the strategy that makes the personal computing dream to become a reality. The fourth thing I would like us to look at as we examine the power of vision is vision in times of crisis. Whether we like it or not, there will be crisis moments. But whether we will skate through, we will succeed, we will have a good experience through the crisis moment is going to be determined by whether we have vision or the quality of our vision. So if you can have a good vision, you're able to go through a difficult moment simply because your vision has provided a clear direction for you and gives you hope. Now, a scripture comes to mind and you will love this. The Bible speaking in Hebrews chapter 12 from verse 2, looking on to Jesus, the author and the finisher of your faith, who for the joy that was set before him, he endured the cross. He despised the shame. Now look at it. The joy was set before him, and for you and I, that vision is the joy. It has been set before us, and it gives us the capacity to endure, to pass through difficult moments as if those moments are not difficult. They could be difficult, but there is a joy. The vision sets the joy ahead of us. Now, one example is also very important for us not to forget. Now, when you think of somebody like Winston Churchill, he was the Prime Minister of England during the Second World War. If you look at what happened in those moments and the things he kept on saying, you wouldn't understand how the nation came through the experience. I'm sure many people have already said it, that the words that were coming from the mouth of Winston Churchill was stronger than bullets. He was shooting in the times of war with the words of his mouth. He was giving hope to his people. Every time the people listened to him, they got a clearer picture of what would happen in days and years to come. So no one was hopeless because a leader was able to see a future and was helping the whole nation to share in what he was saying. Now, the fifth thing I want to talk about as we look at the power of vision is that vision has the capacity to transcend time. You see, it's not everything you see and you speak about as a leader that will take place, that will become a reality in your own time. And some, even though they start in your own time, they don't end, they continue beyond you. And it's important to understand that oftentimes your vision is beyond you, is beyond who you are, is beyond where you are, is beyond the limitations of your life. Now look at Nelson Mandela. He had a vision. He believed that one day South Africans should be South Africans. They shouldn't be divided people within their own country. And he communicated it. He spent 27 years in the prison, by the way, but he came out of the experience. And guess what? He was only able to be the president of South Africa for a time. Where is he now? He has gone. But the nation continues in his vision. The sixth thing I would like to talk about as we look also at the power of vision is that there is a connection between vision and personal leadership. Oftentimes, when we think about vision, we often restrict it to great people, great leaders who see great things and are able to communicate it to their people. You see, vision is beyond an exclusive right of global leaders. At the personal level, you're able to see the future. You're able to see the future for yourself. You're able to see a better future for your relationship, for your finance, for different aspects of your life. And you're able to buy into what you see, and it becomes a driving force for your life. It drives you forward. It awakens you on a daily basis. It helps you to set your priorities and set your goals. You know the things to start, the things not to start, the things to stop, the things not to stop. Why? You have a vision that drives your life. So you're asking, how can you as a person develop a powerful vision? Now, let me share some steps with you. The first thing you need to do is to reflect on your values and passion. What are the things that really matter to you? You need to start with that. It becomes a guide in crafting a vision that will become enviable. You don't want a vision that you are driven into, but it has no connection with your true values and your passion. You don't want to get tired of your own vision. The second thing you need to do is to envision your ideal future. What does success mean to you? How does it look? What kind of man do you see yourself becoming? What kind of environment do you see yourself settling in? What kind of relationship do you see with yourself? These are things you need to look at as you are crafting your own vision. And a note of caution, make sure that ideal future is not the one that you copied from friends and family. Don't copy it online, don't copy and paste, so that you will not be frustrated with your own success. Now, the third thing you need to do towards developing your own powerful vision is to break that vision down into actionable steps. Break it down into actionable steps. How does it start? Where does it continue to? How does it end? Make everything clear before your own self. You need to communicate your vision as clearly, as passionately as possible. Because if you don't believe in what you have seen about your own future, about the future of your organization, the question is, who will believe it? So you have to start from believing, and what you believe, you communicate. And the more you communicate, the more passionate you are in communicating the vision, the more buy-in you're able to get from your people, from your team, and from your own self. So the last thing, which is also important, is you need to stay flexible. The vision should be such that as you grow, as the circumstances of your life changes, it changes with it. So don't be too rigid, don't be too fixated. Make sure you are adaptable with your own personal growth and your organizational growth. Now, don't forget, vision is not a static picture, but it's a dynamic force. It's able to drive your progress. So whether you are leading a team or you are leading your community, wherever you are, whatever you are doing, you need to have the right vision, powerful enough to get your own buy-in, convincing enough for you to communicate passionately, and to be able to get the buy-in of the people all around your life, all around your organization, that needs to be driven by what you have seen. That's it. I'm sure you have learned something very important. Vision is indeed powerful. It's potent, but the strength of that vision is dependent on the quality, how well you're able to create it, and your ability not only to have a beautiful picture of your future, but are you able to communicate the same with boldness, with conviction, with your team. If you found this video inspiring, I want you to give it a thumbs up and click the notification bell so that each time we release new videos, you are notified immediately. And remember to share it with your friends and your family. Somebody needs to hear the good things that you have just heard. So the next time I see you in the same channel, I want you to stay inspired with your own vision. God bless you.